Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again in this YouTube astrological segment. I'm going to be talking about having your Mars in Leo in a natal chart, or Leo Mars, depending how you want to say it. Same thing. Um, well, first up, some of you may remember when I first started my YouTube astrology channel, I did a series on the Mars placements in the natal chart, and they were a little bit concise, and they were. Some people may have referred to them as snappy. So what I decided to do was make another series on them, and in which the videos would be a little bit longer and more descriptive. So first thing about Mars and Leo in your natal chart, well, Mars is connected with our energy and vitality. The energy could be very strong. It may be near inexorable, but a lot of this too depends, is predicated on other things in your chart. If you have Mars and Leo, but let's say your rising sign is Pisces, that may affect the energy levels strongly, because Pisces rising generally is not known, to have an abundance of energy. Can be, can lack energy to some degree. So, and another thing about this placement too is that there could be, danger, more propensity for having a danger of dehydration than many other placements. Astrologically, you're talking about, excessive heat. You have Mars, the fiery planet. Leo is, a fire sign. It's ruled by the sun. So you have to keep them, be more careful, more so than most people, as far as, being hydrated if you have this placement in your natal chart. And another thing too, this person with this placement may expend a lot of their energy, in could be in sports or performing, such as entertaining others, circus performing, doing. It could also be too where that energy may be very, it could be such where it's done into gaining attention, expended in order to gain attention, notoriety, recognition, and also, as I talked about before, dehydration. Another thing to look at with this placement is also possible overexertion is what the person has to think about, because this could be very exorbitant energy, and it's important not to overdo it. Now, Mars is also associated with our drive and motivation. So the person with this astrological placement may be strongly driven to lead, to do, it could be to dominate, such as in sports competition as an example, and sports. And, this person may be driven and motivated towards sports in general, and also acting, entertainment, drama. Um, they also, having this placement as well. It could be, more, specific, sport associated with Leo could be golf. As another example of being successful in golf, doing something, just flourishing again in sports. In general, doing something with party planning, as another example. And just also driven and motivated just simply to create, because Leo energy can be very creative. Mars is also associated with combat, confrontation, battles. So having this placement in your natal chart, there may be many battles that are associated with pride and ego. It could be, the fights may be more dramatic with others, more so than most. It could be involve children often. It may be over, maybe lack of attention, or not being lauded and praised enough for his or her actions. And the fights could be flavored with that Leo ferocity, and they may be very loud and boisterous ones as well. And it could also be, combat, fighting with, celebrities, people of renown, people that are famous. The person there may be more of a proclivity to get into it with those people, more so than most astrological placements. And Mars is also connected with our enthusiasm. So having Mars and Leo in your natal chart, you may be very enthusiastic regarding, just doing attention-seeking ventures, whether it's, producing videos on YouTube or what have you, performing, acting, entertaining, could be party, event planning, even product demonstration could be another example, because Leo certainly likes to boast up the products. So when you things which can include products, and this person, Leo certainly knows how to put the positive, inject the positive in things. Also, too, this could be, as far as being enthusiastic, it could also be doing something that's sports related, again, acting, entertainment, circus performing, doing something associated with the military, as some other examples. Creativity. Mars is also, of course, connected with sex. So having this placement, sexual, encounters may be done, maybe with a lot of that Leo ferocity. Um, it could be where could be very passionate, in the sex department. The person, with this placement may also be very affectionate with their sexual partner, but, and also be very confident in terms of performance, and but may also boast about, what they do, with whoever, but the person also, having this placement, can also be, having, somebody, sexual partner that has a lot of confidence and self-assuredness may be an aphrodisiac for him or her. Another thing too about this, okay, Mars is connected with these sexual partners, so having Mars and Leo in your natal chart, the sexual partner may actually be a Leo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply embody the characteristics of the sign. It could be people that are very confident, self-assured, dramatic, flamboyant, extravagant, people that are gregarious, extroverted. That could be those that are sports-minded, as well, generous, magnanimous, as some examples. And, one or more may be in a Leo profession, whether it's doing something with cardiology, entertainment, acting, creativity, the military. It could just be somebody working, in a sports stadium, or as a groundskeeper. It could be somebody, working in an amusement park, as an example, or some examples, I should say. Now, Mars is also connected with our, injuries, physical-related injuries, and even surgery. So having this placement in your chart, there may be more susceptibility to injuries or surgery associated with the heart, the upper back, or spine. And it's also about, to having, this placement, there may be injuries, to those areas, to, upper back or spine, if the person works out vigorously, as an example, being overly confident in trying to accomplish too much, trying to lift too much weight, as an example. So there, it's important to keep these things in mind when you have, this placement in your natal chart. So, now, it's also, too, Mars is also associated with anger. So this person may, easily become acerbic or incensed if he or she is not being lauded and praised enough. There could be a lot of vociferous and angry outbursts. There may be, battle in a situation with children at times, may be contentious, maybe acrimonious disputes with those people. And it's also about, this person could become angry over not, receiving, the right amount of attention from him or her. And it could also be, the anger, may also be, over issues, connected with pride or ego. And, if the person had been demeaned or demoralized in some manner, this is where this person might become very angry. And Mars is also associated with our, with with action as well. So taking action, this person may have a lot of confidence, passion, and a lot of self-assuredness when taking action on a matter. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.